Hey guys, welcome. I'm back with another video, and today we're gonna talk about uh, Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron since they are fighting in 2 days. And I totally forgot about the fight since I was focused on next week's fight between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben. So today we're gonna discuss the fight which is happening in 2 days from now, and I'm expecting a great fight where we have Ben Whittaker, Olympian medalist, silver medalist from Tokyo. Against him, we've got Liam Cameron, guy who's got 23 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw with Ben Whittaker from last fight. The guy has never been dropped. I mean, knocked out. And yeah, so he fought 12 rounders, 10 rounders, so he's experienced and he's very durable. He can take punishment, and even though Ben Whittaker said a few days ago in an interview between those two, Ben and Liam, that he has no punching power, I sincerely disagree. But it's my opinion. Yeah, but let's jump straight into that. Okay, so Ben Whittaker, as I said, he's an Olympian, he's a professional now. He's flashy, cocky, arrogant. He's super confident, and we can see that in his style. He's dancing a lot, he's making fun of his opposition, he's doing all kinds of stuff that, for example, Nassim did. And yeah, like I said, he's nice to watch, but and till now, till fighting Liam Cameron, he was an unstoppable force that wasn't to be reckoned with. And everybody thought that he's gonna be a star in no time. And then we have this step up. Uh, he was fighting Liam Cameron. That was his first hard fight, I'd say, and maybe too big of a step up. And yeah, so basically, the fight ended up in a draw, and we're gonna cover the last round as well. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and go and break it down slowly. So as the fight started, as usual, Ben Whittaker was fast. He was using a lot of his power shots, and he was even targeting the body. But as I said, as the opposition is getting better and better, the guys are going to be more durable. And as I said before, Liam Cameron was never knocked out. He has 12 rounders behind him. He was a middleweight British champion, so he's experienced, and he's a hard guy. He's a dog in the ring. As the round continued, I think that Cameron felt that basically Ben Whittaker didn't have the power, and he was walking through the punches and starting to dig to Ben's body. And since Ben at the beginning was cocky, arrogant, he was doing all those flashy stuff, big motions of head movement, not the slow one just to slip counter, but big one making fun of him and stuff. And soon enough, he figured out that that is not gonna be the fight. He can do those stuff, right? And also, it gets you out. I'm a boxer myself, so I know the bigger movement you do, it takes a lot. And Whitaker was trying to be flashy, but he couldn't because the opposition was too good. So he started to box normally. But even though he started to box normally, I think it was too late. And in his head, he wasn't there. And also, he gassed out. After the body shots and Lime still being there after those power punches, it must be very hard to keep everything straight after you are trying to get the guy out and the power punches do nothing to him, right? Basically, he was at the point where, from my personal view, and I don't want to take nothing from him, but even Derek Chisora said it, and when Derek Chisora uh, says something like that, then it might be actually true. So in the last round, from what I saw, I'm not sure. I think that Ben Whittaker got clipped with a body shot that actually hurted him, and then they were both on the ropes, and Lime Smith was lying on him, and then they both fell over the ropes. And Ben Whittaker said that he's injured, that he cannot continue. And from that point, we can say that all the media and Instagram, everything, all social media went viral with Ben being Whittaker. They are calling him Ben Whittaker since he quit it. And then there was this interview between Derek Chisora and one interviewer, and he asked if he thinks that Ben Whittaker actually quit it, and he said yes.
Just quickly, Derek, Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron. A lot of people calling the accusation that he quit in that fight. I wouldn't do that as a person looking on the outside and the inside, but some fighters might do that. What did you feel about that situation?
He quit. He quit.
But is it true or not? Only Ben Whittaker knows that. So, and we don't want to take nothing from him. He's a great boxer. He's silver medalist. So yeah. Now we need to talk about Ben's career, right? So at this point, Ben Whittaker said in one interview, it was gloves off, or something like that. It was an interview between him, Cameron, and one interviewer who was asking the questions. And he said that he's not under pressure because he thinks that his career is not at stake. Yet I think in some degree it is. Well, we know that a lot of champions came from first loss or uh, have a lot of losses on their record. Well, not a lot, but for example, three, even six. So it's not unusual. And yeah, now he has everything to prove because everyone is not really doubting him, but he till the first fight with Liam Cameron, he was always cocky, arrogant, and confident, but he backed it up in the fights. Now, in the build up, in the first fight with Liam, he was as usual arrogant, cocky, confident, but this time he didn't back it up, and he didn't even finish the fight, right? So now he has everything to prove to the people that went to either like him or dislike him for that what he did. So now we'll see how it goes in a fight night. But yeah, I mean, as I said, he has everything to prove and a little bit to lose, right? I mean, everyone expects him to win. So even if it's a second fight, he still is a athletic freak, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, uh, every fighter has something, right? Some have great footwork, some have beautiful head movement or blocking ability with their hands or counter punching. But yeah, Ben Whittaker has it all. The problem is nothing is at 100%. Well, nothing is taken to the max level, you know. So Ben Whittaker said that he changed coach, and also that it was a planned thing, that it was about to happen eventually. It, that it is not because of Liam Smith's first fight and how it turned out. If it's true or not, as I said, Ben Whittaker knows only. But Whittaker haven't shown in the fight nothing special, right? He was using his footwork very poorly. It wasn't educated at all. His head movement was exaggerated, not always, but most of the time. He wasn't counter punching from it, so he usually just evaded and then got shot to the body by Cameron because he has awkward style a little. And his power punching is not yet on the level, but I think it's still because he was an amateur and he still didn't transfer to professional style yet. It was a lot like, you know, boxing in amateurs, which it's 3 rounds, 3 minutes, right? So, I mean, it's a sprint, but now he needs to save the energy where he can, anywhere he can, to be honest. And choose his punches wisely. I mean, he's a technical boxer, right? So he needs to use his jab very educatedly. He needs to fight like that. It doesn't mean that he cannot brawl at all. I don't mean that he cannot. He can, but at the point he's at with this fighter right in front of him, which is a fucking mountain, he needs to box technically, use his jab, and use his footwork very educatedly, right? So I hope that he was getting better at those stuff in the camp, so he can show us his new true self. And he has a lot of potential. He's a great fighter. Now, Liam Cameron was in an interview, and since nobody wanted him to talk about it, he talked there and said that it was supposed to be a 12 rounder, or it is a 12 rounder. They sent him the contract. The Ben Whittaker's camp, Ben Whittaker's camp sent it Lime the contract about being it a 12 rounder, and then they changed it and they wanted it to be a 10 rounder. So now we don't know what it's gonna be actually because we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. But from my personal view, I think it's gonna be a 10 rounder because yeah, even though the fight was a draw, Ben Whittaker is still an A side. Nothing that money can't fix, right? But I don't know if it's gonna be a 12 rounder or a 10 rounder. Who knows? We'll see on the fight night. Now you can tell me in comment section below if you know. Yeah. Now the fight is not gonna be that much fire if it's gonna go the Ben Whittaker's way. On the other hand, if Liam Cameron makes Ben Whittaker fight his fight, then it's gonna be straight fireworks. I mean, it's gonna be a brawl. It's gonna be exhausting for both of the fighters because fight like that, that's straight up brawl, is always hard one for sure. But in the build up to this fight, particularly, we can see that Lime Smith is super confident, lion style confident, and he's there to win. He even said that he's expecting himself to win, and it's good that he's going there to win. From what I think is they robbed him in the first fight. I think he should have won um, after the points. Uh, so yeah, but that's what I think. And now to go back to what I was saying, he's super confident, so I think it's gonna be very interesting to see how the fight is gonna play out in minds of both fighters, especially Ben Whittaker's, because if he's not recovered from the first fight and he's still like, oh, I need to take this guy out, I need to show everyone that I can do all those flashy stuff, then he might actually lose. But if he's gonna stick to good game plan and box him, stay on the outside, use his footwork very well, uh, as I said, educatedly, then I think Ben Whittaker is gonna walk away with a win, because even though I actually like Liam Cameron, I like his style, I like where he came from, what he overcome. Still, Ben Whittaker is a great fighter. Uh, I'm not taking anything from Liam Cameron, but um, if Ben Whittaker is gonna stick to the game plan and if he got better over the time he had to prepare for this fight, then I think he's gonna walk away with a win. So my final prediction, uh, objectively, if I would say, then I think Ben Whittaker is gonna win by points. Okay, guys, so I think that's gonna be it for the video. That's it for today's breakdown. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed. I love to do those videos for you guys, so especially if it's just 2 days before the fight. So I hope you guys will have a nice day and see you in another one. Before we go, just please, guys, follow me on Instagram, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss my videos, and see you in another one. Peace.